stand firm for justice is to be a witness to God. It is to witness to Allah. You stand for justice is standing for Allah. Even if it is detrimental to our own interests, as we perceive it, we think it's going against our interest. Wallah, it's not. You do justice and you feel hurt that I have to now shell out 100 rands, 1,000 rands has to go. You think it's going against your interest, self-interest. As you see it, Allah says no. As you see it, but it's not going against your interest. It will be in your interest to do justice. How Allah rewards you in many different ways for you having done justice, what benefits you're going to get in the future, that you are a man who can stand up for justice. You find the whole world will come to your door. Like our Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wasallam, you know, even before Nubuwah, the title that they gave him, As-Sadiqul Wa'dul Ameen. If you go for Hajj, those of you who have been for Hajj, you go to Medina, the tomb of our Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and there are grills, metal grills, on which are inscribed, La ilaha illallah al-malikul haqqul mubin, Muhammadur Rasulullah, as-sadiqul wa'dul ameen. Again, 10 times this verse is repeated there, 10 times. Or is it 15? I have the picture of that in my office. I counted it, about 10 or 15. There are 3 grills, 5, 5, 5. La ilaha illallah al-malikul haqqul mubin, Muhammadur Rasulullah, As-Sadiqul Wa'dul Ameen. As-Sadiqul Wa'dul Ameen is not from the Quran. This is the tribute that the mushriks of Makkah paid to him. Is As-Sadiqul Wa'd, a man who fulfills his promises. Al-Ameen, the truthful, the faithful, the trustworthy. Just, the man is just. Even if it goes against our own interests as we conceive them, or the interests of those who are near and dear to us. According to the Latin saying, let justice be done though heaven should fall. But Islamic justice is something higher than the formal justice of the Roman law or any other human law. It is even more penetrative than the subtler justice in the speculation of the Greek philosophers. It searches out the innermost motives, because we are to act as in the presence of Allah, as if Allah is present. He's a witness, He knows what is in your heart and mind. Now you open your mouth, you're thinking that Allah is listening, He knows what is going through your heart and mind. It searches out the innermost motives, because we are to act as in the presence of Allah, to whom all things, acts and motives are known. He continues on what I've already said. He says some people may be inclined to favor the rich, because they expect something from them. Some people may be inclined to favor the poor, because they are generally helpless. So these are your considerations. The man is helpless, help him. The guy is rich, so my butter is buttered that side. Bread is buttered that side. Because they are generally rich. Partiality in either case is wrong. Be just, without fear or favor. Both the rich and the poor under God's protection, as far as the legitimate interests are concerned. But they cannot expect to be favored at the expense of others, and He, Allah, can protect their interests far better than any man. All this you're getting in this book. Language, philosophy, right guidance, understanding. When you read this and you talk about this, it changes your life. It must change your life. That's the purpose of the book, is to change our lives. But we read it for sawab, for blessings, and I believe, wallah, I believe that Allah will give you sawab. But you see, we are bargaining with Allah very cheap. You are getting something in return very cheap. You're bargaining for 10 to 1. When you can get million to 1, do business with him, million to 1, bighayra hisab, without account. You can do business with him, no counts. How? You read with understanding, and that motivates you into action. A millionfold reward. Do that type of business. You don't have to keep count. He is a good accountant. He's got his accountants with us, But we say he is the most perfect accountant, nothing can go wrong. Your niyyah is right, is getting credited. On the day of judgment, you will get everything more than what you deserve. 100-fold reward, 1,000-fold reward, 1,000,000-fold reward for all the little things that we have been doing. Our salat, our zakat, our hajj, our sawm. For everything, more than what you deserve. And when everything is given to you, a mountain size blessings, then another Himalayan, like the Himalaya, another heap of blessings. Say, what is this for now? Look, I can see, all right, I have been praying, not too good. My mind was not always there, but I'm grateful that you accepted all those weak salats of ours. What is this really? Our fasting, what is it really? Our zakat, our hajj, what is it really? Really speaking, according to His absolute standard, what are they? Nothing, wallah, nothing. They are acts. We are just putting up acts, good acts. Allah accepts. He knows that we are weak. He accepts. But for that, He has given you 1,000,000-fold reward for that. And now another Himalayan heap of blessings. So, Ya Bari Tala, what is this for now? So these are for your good intentions. Can you imagine? Your good intentions. A man came to you. He says, we're putting up a masjid. I need some help. Please help us. How much? What do you need? He says, we need another 50,000 rands to complete the job. It hurts you. He says, man, this work is worth assisting. If Allah had given me that 50,000 rands, I wouldn't allow this man to go around begging. That's all. You got only 5 rands or 50 rands you can spare. You give it to him. Sincerely, you believe so. All that is getting credit to your account. Believe me, wallah, this is Islam. The very thoughts going through your mind, sincerely, you had no mind. You're not thinking, well, if I just talk like this, I'm going to get 1,000,000-fold. You feel in your heart that if Allah had given it to me, I would have done this. He's printing 100,000 Qurans. What will it cost? He says, it's going to cost him 2 million. He says, it would be quite a struggle. I said, yes. If I had the 2 million, I would tell him, I said, go, print the 100,000 and take the money from me. Tell the guy to send me the account. That's all. You have not given a cent. But you sincerely feel that way. You got a reward for that 100,000 Qurans. I'm very, very grateful for this opportunity of coming and sharing these thoughts. It was justice and equality. I could have turned it into justice and race, standards of judging. But it goes on, and it goes on. I would rather that if you have any questions regarding the thing that I have spoken, or things other than that, where a Christian missionary was harassing you about something, you did give an answer, the best answer that you had, the best response that you could, but you felt that it was not good enough. Said, uncle, how would you have handled this? In other words, I share with you. Maybe your answer was better than anything that I can imagine for myself. I will be learning from you. But he said, uncle, how would you have answered this? Uncle, how would you have dealt with this? So in other words, now I'm sharing with you that you in turn can use it to get better armed. So if there are any questions, I'll be happy to answer those questions of yours. We can have half an hour given to question time. Can we have some questions from my brothers? We must learn to open our mouths. See, because otherwise we are terrified. The knowledge is there, but if you can't open your mouth, nobody knows. You have to